Lisa had always been the type of person who never slowed down. At 34, she was like a spinning top that never stopped moving. Every morning, she would wake up at 5:30, make coffee, pack lunch for her 8-year-old daughter Maya, get ready for work, and still manage to water the plants before rushing out the door. Her friends often joked that she had more energy than their teenagers. Lisa ran a small advertising company downtown, and everyone knew she was the person who made things happen. When clients had impossible deadlines, they called Lisa. When her team needed motivation, Lisa was there with her endless enthusiasm. But life has a funny way of teaching us lessons when we least expect them. It started on a Tuesday morning in March. Lisa was sitting at her desk, going through emails like she did every day, when she felt something strange in her chest. Her heart seemed to skip a beat, then another. She pressed her hand against her chest and felt it dancing in a rhythm she had never noticed before. That's weird, she thought, but brushed it off. Maybe she had too much coffee. Maybe she was just stressed about the big presentation next week. But the feeling came back the next day, and the day after that. Sometimes her heart would race when she was just sitting still. Other times, it would skip beats when she was walking up the stairs. It was like her heart had suddenly decided to march to its own drum. Her husband Tom noticed her checking her pulse more often. "Everything okay, honey?" he asked one evening, while they were watching TV. "I think so," Lisa replied, but her voice didn't sound convinced. "My heart just feels different lately." Tom looked concerned. He was the quiet, steady type, the perfect balance to Lisa's energy. "Maybe you should see a doctor," he suggested gently. Lisa waved her hand dismissively. "I'm fine, just work stress." Probably, but deep down, she knew something wasn't right. She had always trusted her body. It had never let her down before. She could run for miles, work 12-hour days, chase Maya around the park, and still have energy left over. This new feeling in her chest made her feel vulnerable in a way she didn't like. The breaking point came during Maya's soccer practice. Lisa was standing on the sidelines, cheering for her daughter, when suddenly her heart started racing so fast she could hear it in her ears. The world seemed to tilt slightly, and she had to grab the fence to steady herself. "Mom, are you okay?" Maya ran over during a break, her little face scrunched with worry. Lisa tried to smile. "Just got a little dizzy, sweetheart, nothing to worry about." But Maya, being the observant child she was, wasn't satisfied. She pressed her small hand against her mother's chest. "Your heart is beating really fast," she said with the serious tone that only 8-year-olds can manage. "Like when I run around the whole playground." That night, Tom didn't ask if Lisa was going to see a doctor. He made the appointment for her. Dr. Rodriguez was a kind woman with gentle hands and patient eyes. She listened carefully as Lisa described the strange feelings in her chest, the racing, the skipping, the moments when her heart seemed to do whatever it wanted. "How long has this been going on?" Dr. Rodriguez asked, attaching small stickers to Lisa's chest for an EKG. "About 3 weeks," Lisa admitted. "Maybe a month." The doctor nodded and watched the machine draw jagged lines across the paper. Lisa stared at the ceiling, trying to read the expression on Dr. Rodriguez's face. The room was quiet except for the soft beeping of the machine. After what felt like forever, Dr. Rodriguez removed the stickers and sat down. "Lisa, I want to run some more tests, but I believe you're experiencing something called atrial fibrillation. It's when the upper chambers of your heart beat irregularly." The word fibrillation sounded scary to Lisa. It sounded like something was breaking. "Is it serious?" she asked, her voice smaller than usual. "It's manageable," Dr. Rodriguez said, with a reassuring smile. "Many people live normal, active lives with this condition, but we need to monitor it and possibly adjust some things in your lifestyle." Lisa felt like the ground had shifted beneath her feet. She had always been healthy. She ate well, exercised regularly, didn't smoke. How could her heart just decide to start acting up? When she got home, Tom and Maya were waiting in the kitchen. Tom had that worried look he got when he was trying not to show he was worried. Maya was coloring at the table, but Lisa could tell she was listening. "So, What did the doctor say? Tom asked, trying to sound casual. Lisa sat down at the table next to Maya. Well, it turns out my heart has been doing a little dance lately. The doctor called it atrial fibrillation. Maya looked up from her coloring book. Is that bad? Lisa thought about how to explain it. Remember how we talked about how everyone's body is different? Well, my heart just beats a little differently than most people's. It's not dangerous, but we need to pay attention to it. Maya nodded seriously, then did something that surprised both her parents. She scooted her chair closer to Lisa and pressed her ear against her mother's chest. I can hear it, Maya said softly. It sounds like it's talking. Lisa felt tears prick her eyes, not from sadness, but from something she couldn't quite name. What do you think it's saying? She asked. Maya was quiet for a moment, listening intently. I think it's saying it loves us, but sometimes it gets excited and forgets how to beat normally. Tom reached over and squeezed Lisa's hand. In that moment, sitting in their familiar kitchen with her family, Lisa realized that maybe this scary news didn't have to be the end of the world. Maybe it could be the beginning of something different. That night, as Lisa lay in bed thinking about the day, she felt Maya's small hand slip into hers. Mom, Maya whispered in the dark, can I listen to your heart again tomorrow? Of course. Sweetheart, Lisa whispered back. Good, Maya said sleepily. I want to learn its language. As Lisa drifted off to sleep, she wondered if her 8-year-old daughter might be onto something important. Maybe this condition wasn't just something to manage or worry about. Maybe it was something to understand. The next evening, Maya didn't forget her promise. As soon as dinner was over and the dishes were done, she climbed onto the couch next to Lisa with a determined look on her face. Okay, Mom, she said, patting the spot next to her. It's time for heart listening. Lisa couldn't help but smile. Heart listening? That's what I'm calling it, Maya announced, as if it was the most obvious thing in the world, like bird watching, but for hearts. Tom looked up from his newspaper and grinned. I think our daughter might be onto something. Lisa settled back into the couch cushions, and Maya carefully positioned her head on her mother's chest. The house grew quiet except for the soft tick of the wall clock and the distant hum of the refrigerator. Tell me about your day, Maya said softly, her ear pressed against Lisa's chest. But don't use words. Let your heart tell me. Lisa was puzzled at first. How could her heart tell a story? But as she thought about her day, the morning meeting that ran late, the client who changed his mind 3 times, the moment of panic, when she couldn't find her car keys, she noticed Maya nodding along. Your heart got faster when you thought about something stressful, Maya observed. And now it's slowing down because you're home with us. It was true. Lisa could feel her heartbeat settling into a calmer rhythm as she relaxed into the familiar comfort of her living room. How did you know that? Lisa asked, amazed. Maya lifted her head and looked at her mother with serious 8-year-old eyes. Hearts don't lie. Mom, they can't pretend like faces can. When you're worried, your heart tells the truth even if you're smiling. Over the next few weeks, this became the ritual. Every evening after dinner, Maya would curl up against her mother's chest and listen. Sometimes she would narrate what she heard. Today your heart is doing little hiccups, she might say, like when I get hiccups after drinking soda too fast. Other times, she would just listen quietly, her small hand resting on Lisa's arm. Lisa found these moments oddly comforting. There was something peaceful about lying still while her daughter paid such careful attention to the rhythm inside her chest. Tom would often join them, sitting nearby with his own book or just watching his wife and daughter with a gentle smile. You do look like you're sharing secrets, he would say. We are. Maya would reply seriously. Heart secrets. At first, Lisa worried that Maya was becoming too focused on her condition. She didn't want her daughter to spend her childhood worrying about medical problems. But Dr. Rodriguez surprised her during their next appointment. Maya's observations might actually be helpful. The doctor said when Lisa mentioned their nightly routine, children often notice patterns that adults miss because they're not overthinking things. Really? Lisa asked. Really? The heart responds to emotions, stress, excitement, even the time of day. Maya's learning to read those signals in a very pure way. She's not filtering what she hears through fear or medical knowledge. She's just listening. Dr. Rodriguez leaned forward in her chair. In fact, I'd like you to keep track of what Maya notices. Her observations might help us understand your heart patterns better. Lisa left that appointment feeling lighter somehow. Maybe Maya's fascination with her heartbeat wasn't something to worry about. Maybe it was something special. That evening, as they settled into their usual positions on the couch, Lisa told Maya what the doctor had said. "So I'm helping?" Maya asked, her eyes wide with pride. "You're helping a lot," Lisa confirmed. "Dr. Rodriguez says you're really good at heart listening." Maya beamed. "I knew it. I could tell your heart likes it when I listen. It beats differently. When I put my ear here, like it's happy to have company." Lisa felt a flutter in her chest, but this time it wasn't from her condition. It was from the overwhelming love she felt for this wise little person, who had turned her scary diagnosis into a bonding experience. "Maya," Lisa said softly, "can I ask you something?" "Sure, Mom." "Are you ever scared about my heart problem?" Maya was quiet for a moment, thinking carefully. "At first I was," she admitted, "but then I realized something. Your heart isn't broken, Mom. It's just different, like how I write with my left hand and most kids write with their right hand. Different doesn't mean wrong." Lisa felt tears gathering in her eyes. "Where did you learn to be so wise?" "From listening to hearts," Maya said matter-of-factly. "Hearts teach you things, if you pay attention." As the weeks passed, Maya became incredibly skilled at reading her mother's heart patterns. She could tell when Lisa had a difficult day at work before Lisa even walked through the door. "Your heart sounds tired today," Maya would say, and somehow she was always right. She could predict when Lisa was about to get a phone call that would stress her out. "Your heart is doing that flutter thing," Maya would announce just moments before Lisa's phone would ring with news of a work crisis. Tom started calling Maya their little cardiologist, and Maya wore the title with pride. She began asking Lisa questions that surprised both parents. "Why does your heart beat faster when you're happy excited than when you're worried excited?" Maya asked one evening. "I don't know," Lisa admitted. "Do they sound different?" "Oh yes," Maya said confidently. "Happy excited sounds like dancing. Worried excited sounds like running away from something." Lisa marveled at her daughter's ability to distinguish between different types of fast heartbeats. She had never thought about it before, but Maya was right. There was a difference between the way her heart raced when she was looking forward to something and the way it raced when she was anxious. "You're teaching me about my own heart," Lisa told her daughter one night. Maya smiled sleepily, her head still resting on Lisa's chest. "That's because I love all your heartbeats, Mom. The fast ones, the slow ones, even the skippy ones, they're all part of you, and I love all of you." In that moment, Lisa realized something profound through Maya's eyes. Her irregular heartbeat wasn't a flaw to be fixed or a problem to be managed. It was simply part of who she was, part of the mother Maya loved completely and unconditionally. 3 months into their heart-listening routine, Maya had become so good at reading her mother's heartbeat that she could predict Lisa's moods before Lisa herself knew what she was feeling. It was almost like having a tiny fortune teller living in their house. "Mom, your heart is doing that worried dance again," Maya announced one Thursday morning while eating her cereal. "Something big is going to happen today, isn't it?" Lisa paused while packing Maya's lunch. She hadn't told anyone yet, but there was indeed something big happening that day. The biggest client presentation of the year. The one that could make or break her small advertising company. "How do you always know?" Lisa asked, amazed as always by her daughter's ability. "Your heart talks louder when big things are coming," Maya explained, as if it was the most natural thing in the world. "It's like it's trying to get ready for something important." Lisa kissed the top of Maya's head. "You're incredible. You know that?" That evening, Lisa came home feeling like she had been hit by a truck. The presentation had not gone well. Not terrible, but not the home run she had hoped for. Her heart had been doing flip-flops all day, and she felt emotionally drained. Maya took one look at her mother's face and immediately climbed onto the couch, patting her lap in invitation. "Hard listening time?" she asked gently. Lisa didn't even bother changing out of her work clothes. She lay down with her head in Maya's lap, feeling like the child for once. Maya placed her small hand on Lisa's chest and listened quietly for several minutes. "Your heart sounds sad," Maya said finally, like it's disappointed about something. Lisa felt tears welling up in her eyes. "The presentation didn't go as well as I hoped," she admitted. Maya continued listening, her face serious and concentrated. "But wait," she said after a moment, "there's something else. Your heart isn't just sad. It's also relieved, like when I finish a really hard test at school." Lisa thought about it and realized Maya was absolutely right. Underneath the disappointment, there was relief that the stressful day was over. "You're right, sweetheart. I'm relieved it's done." Hearts are complicated, Maya observed wisely. They can feel more than one thing at the same time. This moment became a turning point in their relationship. Lisa realized that Maya wasn't just listening to her heartbeat anymore. She was learning to understand emotions in a way that most adults never mastered. A few weeks later, something happened that would test Maya's heart-listening skills in a way none of them expected. It was a Saturday morning, and Lisa was helping Maya practice for her school's talent show. Maya had decided to perform a dance routine, and they were in the living room going through the moves when Lisa suddenly felt her heart start racing. But this wasn't the usual regular beat she had grown accustomed to. This was different, faster, more intense. Her chest felt tight, and the room seemed to spin slightly. "Maya," Lisa said, trying to keep her voice calm, "can you get Daddy for me?" Maya looked at her mother's face and immediately knew something was wrong. But instead of panicking like most 8-year-olds might, she calmly placed her hand on Lisa's chest. "Your heart is doing the really fast dance," she said quietly. "The scary fast one." Lisa nodded, unable to speak as her heart raced even faster. Maya ran to get Tom, but she didn't scream or cry. She had learned to stay calm around her mother's heart episodes. "Dad," Maya called. "Mom's heart is doing the emergency dance." Tom rushed in and took one look at Lisa, who was now sitting on the floor, pale and breathing heavily. "We need to go to the hospital," he said, already reaching for his car keys. During the car ride, Maya sat in the back seat with her seat belt on, but she kept leaning forward to place her hand on her mother's shoulder. "It's okay, Mom," she said softly. "Your heart is still talking to me. It's scared, but it's not giving up. It's fighting hard." At the hospital, the doctors worked quickly to get Lisa's heart rate under control. Maya stayed right by her mother's side, even when the nurses tried to suggest she wait in the hallway. "I need to stay with her," Maya said firmly. "I'm her heart listener." One of the nurses, a kind woman named Kate, was curious about what Maya meant. "Heart listener. I can understand what her heart is saying," Maya explained matter-of-factly. "Right now it's telling me that it's tired from dancing so fast, but it's happy the doctors are helping." Kate looked at Dr. Rodriguez, who had been called in. "She's been tracking her mother's heart patterns for months," the doctor explained. "She's remarkably accurate." As the medication began to work and Lisa's heart rate slowly returned to normal, Maya climbed carefully onto the hospital bed. "Can I listen now?" she asked. Lisa nodded, still feeling weak but much better. Maya pressed her ear against her mother's chest and listened intently. "That's much better," Maya announced after a few moments. "Your heart is saying thank you to the doctors, and it's saying it loves me and Dad for taking care of you." Lisa felt tears running down her cheeks, but they weren't tears of fear anymore. They were tears of gratitude for this amazing little person who had learned to love every part of her, including the parts that didn't work perfectly. "Maya," Lisa whispered, "what would I do without you?" Maya looked up with a smile that seemed far too wise for an 8-year-old. "You don't have to worry about that, Mom. I'll always be here to listen to your heart, even when it does the scary fast dance." Later that evening, when they were back home and Lisa was resting on the couch with strict instructions to take it easy, Maya curled up next to her as usual. "Mom," Maya said softly, "I wasn't scared today." "You weren't?" Lisa asked, surprised note. Because your heart never stopped talking to me, even when it was dancing really fast and scary. It was still your heart, and I know your heart. I know it's strong, even when it gets confused about how to beat. Lisa hugged her daughter tighter. How did you get so smart about hearts? Maya giggled. Easy. I learned from the best heart in the world. Yours? That night, as Maya drifted off to sleep with her head on Lisa's chest, Lisa realized something important. Her heart condition hadn't just taught Maya to be a better listener. It had taught them both that love isn't just about the good times when everything works perfectly. Real love is about staying close and paying attention, especially when things get scary or difficult. And in that quiet moment, with her daughter's steady breathing matching the rhythm of her own healing heart, Lisa felt more grateful than afraid. After the hospital visit, things changed in their house, but not in the way Lisa expected. Instead of becoming more worried about her condition, Maya seemed to grow even more confident in her heart-listening abilities. It was as if the scary episode had proven to her that she really could understand her mother's heart, even during the most difficult moments. Dr. Rodriguez had given Lisa new medication and strict instructions to reduce stress and get more rest, but the most surprising change came from an unexpected source. Maya had started asking questions that amazed everyone. Dr. Rodriguez, Maya said during their next appointment, why does Mom's heart beat differently when she's happy scared versus sad scared? The doctor looked puzzled. Happy scared? Maya nodded seriously. Like when she's nervous about something good, like my school play or a fun surprise. It's different from when she's scared about bad things. Dr. Rodriguez exchanged glances with Lisa and Tom. That's actually a very sophisticated observation, Maya. Different emotions do create different heart rhythms, even when they might seem similar. I knew it, Maya said triumphantly. I told Mom there was a difference, but she thought all scared feelings would sound the same. From that day forward, Dr. Rodriguez began asking Maya to join their appointments. At first, Lisa wasn't sure how she felt about involving her 8-year-old daughter so deeply in her medical care. But Maya's insights proved to be incredibly valuable. Maya, Dr. Rodriguez would say, tell me what you've noticed about your mom's heart patterns this week. Maya would scrunch up her face in concentration. Well, on Monday her heart was doing tiny skips, like it was being shy. Tuesday was the worried flutter day because of the big meeting. Wednesday was calm and steady. That was the best day. Thursday her heart sounded tired, like it needed a nap. And Friday it was doing happy dancing because it was the weekend. Dr. Rodriguez would nod and make notes. And during these observations, how was your mom feeling overall? Oh, she was trying to pretend everything was normal. Maya would say matter-of-factly, but hearts don't lie, even when moms try to act like everything is fine. Lisa found herself both impressed and slightly embarrassed by how well her daughter could read her emotions. Maya had become like a tiny detective, picking up on things that Lisa didn't even realize she was feeling. One evening, about 6 months after Maya had become Lisa's official heart-listening partner, something wonderful happened. Lisa was cooking dinner when Maya came running into the kitchen, practically bouncing with excitement. Mom, guess what happened at school today? Lisa looked at her daughter's glowing face and immediately felt her heart start to beat faster. But this time, it was the good kind of fast, the happy, excited kind that Maya had taught her to recognize. What happened, sweetheart? Mrs. Patterson asked me to help with Billy during reading time. You know how Billy gets really upset when he has to read out loud. Well, I showed him the listening trick you taught me. Lisa stopped stirring the pasta sauce. What listening trick? Maya climbed onto a kitchen chair so she could be at eye level with her mother. I told him to put his hand on his chest and listen to his own heartbeat. When he gets scared, I said hearts tell the truth about how we're feeling, and if he listened to his heart, he could tell it that reading is just practice, not something dangerous. Lisa felt tears gathering in her eyes. And did it work? It worked so well, Maya said proudly. Billy said his heart slowed down when he listened to it. Then he read 3 whole sentences without getting upset. Mrs. Patterson asked me where I learned that trick. What did you tell her? Maya grinned. I told her I learned it from my mom, who has the most interesting heart in the world. And that hearts are like best friends. They help us when we pay attention to them. That night, when Tom came home from work, Maya told him the whole story again. Tom listened with that proud dad smile that made Lisa's heart do happy little flutters. So, our daughter is now a heart whisperer for other kids too? Tom asked, ruffling Maya's hair. Apparently so, Lisa said, still amazed by the story. Over the next few weeks, Maya continued to help other children at school with her heart listening techniques. Her teacher, Mrs. Patterson, was so impressed that she asked Lisa to come in and talk about it. I've never seen anything like it, Mrs. Patterson told Lisa during their meeting. Maya has this incredible ability to help other children calm down. By teaching them to pay attention to their own heartbeats, she's like a little therapist. Lisa felt a surge of pride mixed with amazement. Her daughter had taken something that started as a way to cope with her mother's medical condition and turned it into a gift she could share with others. But the most touching moment came a few days later. Lisa was having a particularly stressful day at work when her phone rang. It was the school nurse. Mrs. Johnson, this is Nurse Carol at Maya's school. Everything is fine. But I wanted to tell you about something that happened today. Lisa's heart immediately started racing. Is Maya okay? Oh yes, she's perfectly fine. Actually, she helped us today. One of the kindergarten students, little Amy, was having a panic attack. She was crying and couldn't catch her breath. Maya asked if she could try something, and before we knew it, she had Amy sitting quietly with her hand on her chest, breathing slowly and listening to her heartbeat. Lisa felt her own heart slow down with relief and pride. Did it work? It worked beautifully. Maya sat with Amy for 10 minutes, just talking quietly about how hearts are like good friends who want to help us feel better. Amy calmed down completely. I've never seen anything like it from a child Maya's age. That evening, Lisa couldn't wait to talk to Maya about her day. During their usual heart listening time, Lisa brought up what the nurse had told her. Maya, I heard you helped Amy today. Maya nodded. She was so scared. Her heart was beating really, really fast, like it was trying to run away. So I taught her what you taught me, that hearts aren't scary, they're helpful. They tell us what we're feeling so we can take care of ourselves. Lisa felt overwhelmed with love and pride. How did you know that would work? Maya looked at her mother with those wise 8-year-old eyes. Because it worked for me, Mom. When I was scared about your heart being different, listening to it made me not scared anymore. I figured it might work for other kids too. In that moment, Lisa realized something incredible had happened. What had started as her daughter trying to understand and cope with her mother's heart condition had grown into something much bigger. Maya had learned not just to listen to hearts, but to teach others that their own hearts could be sources of comfort, rather than fear. You know what, Maya? Lisa said softly. I think you've become the best heart teacher I've ever met. Maya smiled and snuggled closer to her mother. I learned from the best heart in the world. She said, yours taught me that different doesn't mean broken, and that listening with love makes everything better. 1 year after that first doctor's appointment, Lisa found herself sitting in the same waiting room. But everything felt completely different this time. Maya wasn't worried or curious. She was excited. She had become something of a celebrity at Dr. Rodriguez's office, and all the nurses knew her as the little heart whisperer. Lisa Johnson, the nurse called. That's us, Maya said cheerfully, hopping up from her chair. Time for heart checkup day. In the examination room, Dr. Rodriguez greeted them both with a warm smile. How are my favorite heart experts doing today? Lisa laughed. I think Maya knows more about my heart than I do at this point. Well, let's see what the tests show, Dr. Rodriguez said, preparing the EKG machine. Maya, would you like to help me read the results? Maya nodded eagerly. Over the past year, she had learned to recognize the patterns on the heart monitor. She couldn't read them like a doctor, but she could tell when something looked different from usual, as the machine printed out the long strip of paper with jagged lines. Dr. Rodriguez studied it carefully. Her eyebrows rose in surprise. "This is remarkable," she said quietly. Lisa felt her heart skip a beat, and not from her condition. "Is something wrong?" Dr. Rodriguez looked up with a smile that lit up her whole face. "Actually, something is very right, Lisa. Your heart rhythm has improved significantly. The irregular episodes are much less frequent, and overall, your heart is functioning better than it has in months." Lisa blinked in surprise. "But I haven't changed my medication." "No, but you have changed something else," Dr. Rodriguez said, looking at Maya. "You've reduced your stress levels dramatically, and I have a theory about why." Maya perked up. "What's your theory?" Dr. Rodriguez turned to face both of them. "Maya, when you listen to your mom's heart every day, what do you think that does for her?" Maya thought carefully. "It makes her feel calm and loved and not alone with her heart problems." "Exactly," Dr. Rodriguez said. "Lisa, having someone pay such careful, loving attention to your heart condition has actually helped your heart heal." Maya's daily listening sessions have become a form of therapy. Lisa felt tears welling up in her eyes. "You mean Maya has been helping me get better?" "More than that," Dr. Rodriguez continued. "Maya has been teaching you to live with your condition, instead of fighting against it, and that acceptance, that peace, has allowed your body to heal itself more effectively." That evening, as they celebrated the good news with Maya's favorite dinner, pizza and ice cream, Tom raised his glass of juice and a toast. "To Maya," he said, "our family's heart expert and the best daughter in the world." Maya giggled and raised her own glass. "To Mom's heart, for being so interesting and teaching me so much." Lisa raised her glass too, but she was too emotional to speak right away. Finally, she managed to say, "To all of us, for learning that love really can heal." After dinner, they settled into their usual evening routine, but tonight felt special, like a celebration. Maya curled up against her mother's chest as she had done hundreds of times before. But Lisa noticed something different. "Maya," she said softly, "you've gotten so good at heart listening. But I just realized something." "What?" "Mom, I've gotten good at it too. I can feel when my heart is happy now, when it's stressed, when it's calm. You taught me to pay attention to my own body in a way I never did before." Maya lifted her head and smiled. "That's because we're a team. We take care of your heart together." "But Maya," Lisa continued, "I want you to know something important. Even though listening to my heart has become our special thing, you don't have to worry about taking care of me forever. That's not your job." Maya looked thoughtful. "I know, Mom, but I like doing it, and besides, hearts are everywhere. Maybe I can help lots of people learn to listen to their hearts." As if on cue, the phone rang. Tom answered it and came back with a curious expression. "That was Mrs. Patterson," he said. "She wants to know if Maya would be interested in helping start a heart listening club at school for kids who get anxious." Apparently, word has spread about Maya's special talent. Maya's eyes went wide with excitement. "Really? A whole club?" Lisa felt her heart flutter with pride. "What do you think, sweetheart? Do you want to teach other kids what you've learned?" "Yes," Maya exclaimed, "but only if you help me. You're the one with the most interesting heart in the world. I learned everything from you." Over the next few months, Maya and Lisa visited the school several times to help start the Heart Listening Club. They taught children simple techniques for paying attention to their heartbeats. When they felt scared, angry, or worried, Maya would demonstrate by having the kids put their hands on their chests and notice how their hearts beat differently when they thought about happy things versus scary things. "Your heart is like your best friend," Maya would tell the other children. "It's always trying to help you understand how you feel. You just have to listen." Lisa would share her story about how having an irregular heartbeat had scared her at first, but how Maya's love and attention had helped her learn to live peacefully. With her condition, sometimes our bodies do things differently than we expect. Lisa would explain, but different doesn't mean broken. And paying attention to our bodies with kindness, instead of fear, can actually help us feel better. The club became so popular that other schools started asking for visits. Maya, now 9 years old, had become something of a local expert on helping children understand their emotions. Through heart awareness. But the most meaningful moment came on a quiet Tuesday evening, exactly 2 years after Lisa's first diagnosis. They were having their usual heart listening time when Maya said something that took Lisa's breath away. "Mom, do you know what I figured out?" "What's that, sweetheart?" Maya pressed her ear closer to Lisa's chest. "I used to think I was listening to your heart to help you, but now I know the truth." "What's the truth?" Maya looked up with eyes full of wisdom that seemed far beyond her years. "Your heart was teaching me the whole time. It was teaching me how to love someone completely, even the parts that are different or scary. It was teaching me that paying attention to someone with love can actually help them heal." Lisa felt her heart swell with emotion, the good kind, the kind that Maya had taught her to recognize and appreciate. "And you know what else?" Maya continued. "What else? Your heart taught me the most important thing of all. It taught me that love isn't just about the easy times when everything is perfect. Real love is about staying close and listening carefully, especially when things get hard or scary." Maya snuggled back down against her mother's chest. "I love all your heartbeats, Mom. The fast ones when you're excited, the slow ones when you're peaceful, and yes, even the skippy ones that make you different. Because they're all part of you, and I love all of you." As Lisa held her daughter close, listening to the gentle rhythm of their breathing synchronizing, she realized that Maya was right. Her irregular heartbeat hadn't been a problem to solve, or a condition to manage. It had been a teacher, showing them both what unconditional love really meant. In the quiet of their living room, with her daughter's steady breathing matching the rhythm of her own healing heart, Lisa understood that sometimes the things we think are breaking us are actually the things that teach us how strong love can be. And in that perfect moment, her heart beat steady and sure, surrounded by the most powerful medicine in the world, the love of a child who had learned to hear not just the rhythm of her mother's heart, but the rhythm of pure, accepting love itself.